Alright fellas, so since the last time I spoke, I was teaching you about 3 books. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, and 100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. Today I wanted to go over the next chapter within the books because I want to help you become spiritually unified, divine, actualized, and change the world. So, with that said, within the next chapter of Dale Carnegie's classic book, Classy Guy, a simple way to make a good first impression. You wouldn't believe it. A life-changing principle. Smile. Smile is one of the most powerful principles to utilize within connection and negotiations and sales and building relationships and even finding lovers and leaders. Because when I smile, when I see others smiling, it makes the conversation feel easier. It feels like there's less resistance between us. When I smile, I'm psychologically able to make you feel more trustworthy towards me. When I smile, it doesn't make it hard for you to understand me. Subconsciously, that is. It makes you feel certain. It makes you feel confident. It signals these things towards the masses. And within every smile, it's also just, you like to see it. It's good. It's a nice aesthetic. But within the next book, The 48 Laws of Power, I wanted to read some laws that can definitely be utilized in such manner. Law 6, court attention at all cost. Everything is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Never let yourself get lost in the crowd, then, or buried in oblivion. Stand out. Be conspicuous at all cost. Make yourself a magnet of attention by appearing larger, more colorful, more mysterious than the bland and timid masses. This chapter here, I'm telling you, it signals confidence. It signals that I am in control. It signals grounded energy, emotional, stable perspective for them. And in courting attention, I would say that it's very powerful because most people may be stressed, sad, neutral, detached, or closed off internally. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Humans are creatures of habit with an insatiable need to see familiarity in other people's actions. Your predictability gives them a sense of control. Turn the tables. Be deliberately unpredictable. Behavior that seems to have no consistency or purpose will keep them off balance, and they will wear themselves out trying to explain your moves. Taken to an extreme, this strategy can intimidate and terrorize. I've done it when I create jokes out of situations that I would rather escape or not care about. Wow. So within this chapter, if you smile at everything, people will read it as a weakness or a lack of boundaries, something like this. But it's powerful when a person smiles selectively. But it's a sidestep maneuver within many different hierarchies that can be placed in front of you. Also these hierarchies are just individuals because you could find out what is their hierarchy of values. A powerful person smiles selectively. It's really important to recognize that now that it is a fundamental principle into, again, networking increasing sexual selection, increasing the chances of changing the world, and just entrepreneurial innovation, because a smile, again, builds so much certainty with what you're doing. Even when no one's around and you would like to increase your mood, this is something that can be done. But it can also be used, a smile can be used as a signal for weakness. But this surrender tactic, again, within the same book, actually teaches us another important law. Play a sucker to catch a sucker, seem dumber than your mark. No one likes feeling stupider than the next person. The trick then is to make your victims feel smart, and not just smart, but smarter than you are. Once convinced of this, they will never suspect that you may have ulterior motives. This is someone who just vibes, pretty much. But within that sensation, there's a constant warrior, a constant king, magician, lover, monster, evil, demon, and a saint, all fully aware. And so with the last book today, $100 million offers, the smile and the aesthetic appeasing of their subconscious mind requires you to notice that your offer is much more appeasing. And within the negotiation process, as long as this is constantly exercised, then there's less tension and less stress, less friction. So then you could get what you like and what you want with your language. Within this book, I would say that when I am calmly smiling, something that this book mentions and hints at least, is that and your perceived value is amplified. And it makes most people believe that your interactions with them are going to be more positive. It makes your offer more valuable in the perceived value is heightened. Again, it creates so much certainty. This person, he knows what he's doing. That's their unconscious realization when they see that behavior. And so when you're not smiling, you come off as closed off, hard to read, low warmth, angry, stressed, insecure, psychologically distant, or people may assume negative assumptions. And again, so use a smile to start an interaction, set the tonality of the interaction, disarm tension, build confidence, and increase the perceived value. And so do not smile to hide your weakness, to apologize for your presence, to feel silence nervously, to seek approval, or to show submissiveness. These are the two perspectives of when and when to not use a smile. As long as the awareness bubble is there, then this makes you psychologically whole. And so with that said, again, individuality, authenticity, truth, psychological completion, and actualization are important because it's going to be the internal hierarchy in order for the most power to be released. Because in individuality, your smile is going to come from your natural personality. It's not a performance. Your authenticity is a real smile that has impact, because fake smiles break trust. Truth, it's a smile grounded in honesty, and a smile grounded in honesty is far more powerful. Psychological completion, when you're internally centered, you actually smile effortlessly. People can feel the stability behind it. And with actualization, your smile becomes a signature, a calm, controlled expression of your identity. So again, a smile looks simple, but psychologically, socially, and strategically, it's a weapon, a shield, and a bridge. When used intelligently, a smile builds trust, commands attention, increases perceived value, opens doors, strengthens offers, influences others, and anchors your identity. A smile is not weakness. A smile is a power move. It is power under control. And so with that said, like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let's change the world. Goodbye.